All right, guys, today we're talking about Section 8 investing in real estate down here in the Tampa area. Specifically, this one is St. Petersburg. I just sold this property to a Canadian investor of mine just a few months back. So I'm going to go over the numbers on this one and show you what it looks like as far as the cash flow numbers and why this is such a great investment vehicle. So if you know somebody or you yourself's looking to get into Section 8 real estate and you want someone who's very familiar with the process, I'm definitely your guy. I've done a number of these. The numbers are phenomenal. But I'm going to go through it here. I'm not going to make this an hour-long video, although I easily could. I'm going to just kind of touch on a few important points, what the payments look like, the property that you need to identify, because the property does matter, certain things about the property. So I'll go over that. And then I go over to the landlord section of the Housing Authority's website, and I'll show you what the Housing Authority will pay based on the number of bedrooms and the zip code, okay? Because those are the two most important things. So let's get it right into it here. This one here is 1542 39th Street South in St. Petersburg. It's a 4-bedroom, 1-bath, and it's in zip code 33711. They were asking $270,000 on the market for 84 days. We sold this one, secured it for $255,000, and we closed in August on this deal. My guy had a tenant in there paying amazing rent within 21 days. So, you know, there are tenants out there. This is a very real opportunity. This is not some like bait and switch where you think it's going to be great and it's not. This is a phenomenal deal. Okay. Now, just to give you an idea what the property actually looks like inside, well, outside first, I guess. Great curb appeal, driveway, fully fenced backyard. This is what it looks like inside. This property needed nothing. Okay. Turnkey property. Tenants were in there within 3 weeks. And landlord is getting paid, making money basically on month one. Okay, so turnkey operation here, nothing needed to be done. Everything was in great shape. You know, as you can see, property was pretty good. So, and there are still those out there. There's about 3 on the market right now that I'm aware of that would do the same numbers that I'm talking about here. Okay, so let's go over to mortgage payments and see what this would look like based on this calculator here. So if you put the purchase price of $255 in there, which we got, 25% down, just under 6% interest rate, 30-year mortgage. You're looking at a property tax of $4,000 a year. It's actually a little bit lower, but I used a little higher to be conservative. And then your insurance is about $2,600 per year. You get a mortgage payment with everything included of $1,694 a month. So just under $1,700 per month. My guy's was actually a little bit higher because interest rates were higher when he bought it back in August. They've come down. So he was around $1,900. So it's dropped a couple hundred since when he purchased the property. So anyways, principal, interest, taxes, and insurance, $1,694. So say call it $1,700 per month. So again, if we jump back to the property here and we identify that this property is in St. Pete, it's a 4-bedroom property and it's in zip code 33711. Then we jump over to the Housing Authority's website. As you can see here, this is directly on their site. These are not my numbers. This is directly from the St. Pete Housing Authority. You go to the landlord section and you scroll down to fair market rents. Okay, and this is effective January 1 of this year. So very recent. It'll open up this screen here. And then what you want to do is you want to, like I said, 4-bedroom, 33711 is the zip code. And then so what you do is on their sheet, you go the zip code's on the left in blue, and then across the top, you've got number of bedrooms. Okay, so if you go to 33711, you go across here to a 4-bed, and so basically what this says is the St. Pete Housing Authority will pay you, as the landlord, up to $3,530 per month. Okay, does not mean you will get $3,530 per month. It'll pay up to that number. So what they do is they bring out an inspector, or / appraiser, and they say, okay, well, what's the market rents looking like? And we'll pay roughly around what that looks like. And right now they're sitting at around $3,000 per month. My investor, he got within the first 21 days, he was asking $2,900. He got a tenant right away at $2,900. His payments were $1,900. He was making $1,000 a month on a $65,000 investment. Not bad. This is even better. You could do the same numbers today. $2,900 per month. You'd actually probably get $3,000. Minus $1,700, that leaves you $1,300 per month. 1,300 times 12 is an annual cash flow of $15,600. So if you took the $65,000 down, divided by 15.6, basically just over 4 years, you would have all of your down payment out of this property. Okay. And then everything's gravy from there. So just want to point this out. I mean, I've been putting on social media lately, and some people have been asking me for more information. This is a very high level situation here as far as what I'm covering. I could easily make this video an hour long, and I don't want to do that because nobody will watch it. This is already long enough. But this is just one example. Like I said, there are a few more right now on the market that I'm aware of that you could do the same numbers on. But this is a very real opportunity. If you are interested in investing in Section 8 housing, there are some really good pros to it. And people have a lot of questions about it because I don't really understand it. When I first looked at Section 8 a few years ago, I didn't really understand it even as a realtor. And then I realized what a great opportunity it actually is to own investment real estate. The tenants are amazing. They're usually very long term, by the way. And you get paid essentially by the government into your bank account every month. Okay, so anyways, if you have any questions about this opportunity or anything else, let me know. If you know somebody who this might be a great idea for, or you've heard somebody asking about Section 8 real estate and investing in it, definitely reach out. I'd love to get in touch with them, even if it's just for informational purposes. I'd love to have a chat. So anyways, guys, any more questions, let me know. And I hope this video was useful, and we'll talk to you all soon.